Good morning. I want to talk to you today about storms. Not the storms in the sky or the hurricanes or the tornadoes, but the storms that God allows to enter our lives. So I want to talk a little bit about that today because I think we all get those times in our lives when we're just seems like everything's out of control. I've been there, been through it. And if you're going through it now, I encourage you to hold on, to trust God. So God sometimes allows the storms to show us that He is the only shelter in our lives. If we look at the book of Mark, we read about a terrible storm. The disciples were with Jesus on a boat crossing the Sea of Galilee when a furious storm came up. The disciples, among them, they were seasoned fishermen too, where they were afraid for their lives. Did God care? Weren't they handpicked by Jesus and closest to Him? Weren't they obeying Jesus, who told them to go over to the other side? Why then were they going through such a turbulent time? I think that helps prove to us that no one is exempt from the storms of life. Here you had the disciples who were closest to Jesus, who walked with Him, ate with Him, slept, and were with Him each and every day and watched the miracles that He performed. Yet storms were still allowed to enter their lives for a purpose. Just as the disciples initially feared the storm, they later came to revere Christ even more. The result of the storm was a more closeness and a deeper relationship with Christ. So the storms we face can bring us into a deeper knowledge of God. Who is this? The disciples pondered. Even the wind and the waves obey Him. That caused them to draw closer to Christ and also try to understand who He was and just how powerful He was, because He would just tell the waters to be still, and they stopped. Remember, through our trials, we can learn that no storm is big enough to prevent God from accomplishing His will. That's powerful. I'm going to read that again to you. Through our trials, we can learn that no, capital N-O, is big enough to prevent God from accomplishing His will. While we may not understand why God allows trials to enter our lives, we can sure learn from them. We can thank Him that through them we can come to know who He is. I already knew of God. I'm learning more about God. I already had a relationship with Christ before my accident. Not like now, though. There's a deeper understanding of myself, my weaknesses, my shortcomings, but there's a greater love for Jesus, a greater awe of Yahweh. So the storm that He allowed to come into my life, the motorcycle accident, has drawn me closer to Him while teaching me more about myself and making me seek to learn more about Him. So I do thank Him. I sit here with a left leg that I may walk with a limp the rest of my life. Thank you, Father. I have some memory issues, short-term and attention issues now since the accident. Thank you, Father. My hand was broken, but I'm able to drum. I'm able to paint through the brokenness. Thank you, Father. That's the attitude of gratitude, isn't it? To be able to honestly say, with all of our heart, thank you, Father, when we're going through those trials. We live to serve Him because He has preserved our lives. Here to tell you, I'm serving Him. He did preserve my life May 5th. No reason in the world I should have survived that collision on my motorcycle, but flown 30 feet in the air, landing in a ditch of water, and unconscious. Yet, here I am, talking to you today. God chose to preserve me, and I'm serving Him, and I love Him. Thank you, Father. You know, we can say, Lord, I don't need the storms of my life. Help me to be calm because I stand secure in you. Yes, we can all say that. Maybe that should be your prayer today. Say, Lord, I know I don't need to fear the storms of life around me, all the things that are going on. Help me, Father, to be calm, because I stand secure in you. Do you stand secure in God today? If not, why not? It's the best person to have in your corner, in your life. Never, never, never take that for granted. So remember, when the storms come, when the things hit you, can you say this? The storms of life will prove the strength of your anchor. I'll say that again. The storms of your life will prove who the strength of your anchor is. Is it Jesus? It's the best solid anchor you can ever have. So hold on and know that when the storms come, God has allowed them for a purpose. Hold on and watch Him work. Watch Him show up and then take over. It's there, and He'll do it. Have a great day today, and thank you for listening.